Hello everyone, thank you for joining me for today's plan with me. This week, I'm using this absolutely gorgeous kit from Two Little Bees. I think it's called Caramel Latte. Oh my gosh, this was it's really weird saying something feels nostalgic when it was not from 20 years ago, but it was just a really lovely feeling to use a Two Little Bees kit again. I used to use them all the time. She used to do fairly regular releases, and she would kind of change up the format of her kits quite a lot, so it was always really kind of exciting to see what was in a kit, and it was just so fun to plan with one again. Oh, I just absolutely loved it. And the person that I bought it off had also purchased a matching sheet of florals from Letters to Apollo, so that was really convenient. There was a ton of florals for me to be able to use in this kit. Something that I'm noticing of the older styles of kits that I'm using is the florals are enormous, absolutely enormous. So I am having to watch by choice, I am watching older plan with me's with older kits because people are obviously more regularly using these bigger florals and kind of making them work in their spread. So yeah, that's been really fun. I mean, I watch old plan with me's all the time, but I've kind of been specifically looking for those, 3 or 4 year old spreads to kind of reacquaint with myself with how to use the larger florals. For this kit, I did decide I have a real affection for these old style of date covers, and I always want to use them whenever they're there. I really, really want to use them. So I did use the date covers that came with it, and I did that kind of, I don't know, is it old-fashioned, but the kind of old way of decorating date covers, where when we just started coming into the world of more decorative planning, it kind of made sense to kind of zhuzh up the date cover section. So I just thought I'd use some of the florals, and I wanted a bit of foil, so I grabbed some old, and these are old, Harriet Wright Designs, half mandalas, I guess they would be, and just for a kind of pop of foil behind, I popped those behind. But that was really fun to kind of make those kind of date covers because I never get to do that anymore, and I really like how they came out. And I think adding that extra bit of foil, you can never go wrong. And I think I end up doing sorry, I've got my planner in front of me, but I end up doing an extra like divider in there as well, just to make everything a bit more cohesive. Before I go into too much of the spread, I just wanted to say a couple of things that are going on at the moment. So Miss Meow is discontinuing all of her stuff because she is moving over to being fulfilled by Sadies stickers, which I think is awesome because now she can be open all times of year. So she is doing like a last chance 20% off sale. I think it runs until something like the 18th. I could have got that wrong, of September. But yeah, if there's anything you've been waiting for to pick up from her shop, any kits you've got your eye on or anything like that, now is the time to get them because she will be removing pretty much everything, I think, from her shop. I've picked up some more dainty dot dividers, obviously. I picked up a couple of icons, and some monthly kits, but the majority, and that's because I didn't want to buy weekly kits because I am really trying my hardest to only use printable or de-stash. It is not 100%, but it's close. So yeah, just if there's anything you've got your eye on, go and pick it up now, before those are all discontinued, and then it'd be open all year round. She did mention that a few people have kind of been having a go at her because obviously with her moving her shipping from Canada to the US, people will be impacted by tariffs and customs and things, but that's not something she can control. So if we could all kind of just be kind and thoughtful to shop owners in terms of things that are outside of their control. I think in my mind I'm always sort of like, I'd rather a shop stayed open and maybe I have to wait a bit longer to place an order, and I place a bigger order so that my, £15 shipping is more worth it than placing like a $10 order. There's always ways around things, but don't have a go at the shop owners. She's trying to have a better family life. She's got two little girls, both under the age of 2. She explained it all on her stories about her husband's gone back to work now after a year of paternity leave. So just have some grace with shop owners when they have to make these sorts of decisions. I'd rather have their sort of creativity and talent available to me with their products than for them to have to close because everyone else is having a moan. What else is going on? Hello Petite Paper is about to have a 10-year anniversary sale. I'm just waiting to see what that looks like. I can't think if there's anything else that I'm missing. Oh, and I've just placed my first order from JK Creates Co., which is fun. I'm looking forward to seeing what her icons are like because I am having a nightmare trying to find icons that will replace my Cross by Towie icons in the long run. I have decided I am going to, at some point next year, get a laser printer and a laminator and transparent matte paper and some foils, and I'm just going to have a crack at it and see how we go. And the only other thing was Sadies Stickers has released their advent. I think I mentioned in a recent plan with me, and someone kindly messaged or commented to say that their advent is now live. Thankfully, it is live for pre-order until something like the 8th of October, so I can wait until payday. And then I will order that because shipping to the UK is insane. Shipping and customs. I think the item itself is about £110, which is still a lot of money. It's still a lot of money, and I don't spend that kind of money on stickers these days. But it was something we discussed. I've watched the last 4 or 5 years of it. Every year I've been like, oh man, I wish I could do that. Last year's advent was incredible, and I was actually devastated for that not to have been the one that I got. So I spoke to my husband, and we both agreed as a treat it can be his Christmas present to me this year. So the item itself, is kind of, it's not as well as, it's instead of. And the shipping, I kid you not, between the shipping and the customs, it will be another £70. So this is what I mean about that's not the shop's fault. If that was a problem and I couldn't afford it, I simply wouldn't buy it. I'd have to accept that I can't buy it. But we've kind of moved stuff around, and it is what it is. I really want to do it this year. So we've come to that agreement. So that's kind of everything that's going on in the sticker world at the moment. But yeah, I'm glad that she's got that pre-order open until early October, because that would have really messed up my September budget. So sorry, coming back to the plan, everything in the base is the kit. I've used those lovely scallop dividers, the foil ones that Monk and Marple, Rachel from Monk and Marple, included in a D-stash that she sent me. I absolutely adore them, and I know I'm going to fly through those really fast. And then I used a couple of honey inked dividers as well, but everything else is from the kit. I had a lot of fun playing with this. I said to myself before I started, I want to use as many boxes as I can. I adore Two Little Bees kits. She has such a variety of shapes and interesting diversity of stickers on those sheets, and I just adore them, so I wanted to use them all. I was supporting interviews this week, so I just used some Pantabird Design Gathered Layers collection. Boy, do I wish that Jess would release. Jess is also going through a lot right now with her. She finished her treatment. I think she put a photo of her ringing the bell on her stories a couple of months ago, so I hope she's doing well. But I really, really wish that she would do a re-release of like the original Gathered Layers stuff, because those like scallop doilies are what get me. And I know she's got sheets of kind of the edge trims, but I just want the boxes. I just want those squares and those circle doilies. It's just my preference, but I'm sure there's a reason that she's kind of moved on to basically the best sellers now. So there is, if you like the style, there's a ton of that available on her website. I'm just really I really struggle to move on from things. I think I like what I like, and I just wish. I had a funny conversation with Jess from Paper Trail Plans a couple of days ago about she posted a throwback photo on of one of her planners, and it had some of her old lace box designs on there, and I was like, oh, I'm so gutted that you don't sell those anymore. And she said, well, they just didn't sell well, so I guess it was just me buying those up. But they were really pretty as well, so it's fine. Not everyone has the same taste, and I will accept, what I can get my hands on. Yeah, and then so I'm the plans are flying ahead. I pulled out some Crafts by Towie pet care stickers to mark my walk with Wendy. I wanted to use more foil stickers than usual in this spread. I didn't necessarily want to go maximalist, but I just wanted to go colourful and boxes. I just wanted a load of boxes. I'm trying to see the rest of Monday. I know we played Call of Duty, so I know I've marked that with an old Harriet Wright Designs. I used my last 2 Harriet Wright Designs computer stickers, which I'm gutted about, which again, when I can foil stuff myself at home, I can make them. I can make exactly what I want in the quantities that I need as and when I need them. And I think what excites me the most is that I can make my own column borders, and I can make a full A4 sheet of however many column borders that will take, and that will cost me, the sheet of paper, which I think it's £55 for 100 sheets. My maths is horrific. I think that's about 50p per sheet, so it cost me 50p for the sheet of paper. And then I have no idea how much foil, how far foil gets, because I have never really used it at home. I tried to do it once with a stamping pen. Was not for me, did not look good. That was way back when. I can't even remember the shop. It was like Vintage Rose something, the shop. That was way back then. Way back when, sorry. So yeah, but it will be so much cheaper than spending £8 a pop on 3 sheets of stickers to be able to foil the column borders. So yeah, that will be amazing, because I do love doing that, but obviously I can only do that for special kits at the moment. Anyway, sorry, I've totally lost my track. I just had work on Tuesday, work on Wednesday. I wish I had brought my planner downstairs to do this voiceover, but I didn't. I apologise. I have majority of the stickers that I've used have been Crafts by Towie, Harriet Wright Designs, and White Deer Stationery. I did use for Tuka and Bertie on Wednesday. I did use a Miss Meow TV sticker from one of the kids that I saved. There's that Panda Bird design box again. Absolutely live for those scallop boxes. I absolutely adore them. Oh, I also, for this spread, I used Lauren's freebie. Again, real throwback, because she hasn't been around for about 2.5 years. But Lauren of Plan Most Plan, I still watch her videos all the time for inspiration. Her plan with me is just amazing. I so wish there were more of them. But her freebie from Sadies Stickers was perfect for this kit, so I used up pretty much the entire freebie. It was kind of, it had some foil leaves on there, some kind of falling leaves, some dot clusters, those beautiful line dividers that have the little dots on them as well. What else was on there? She had some similar to those scallop dividers. I think she had a few on there, but I didn't end up using them because I used the ones from Monk and Marple. And then she did have some trees on there, but I didn't want to pull any trees. It didn't feel, for some reason, because it was like a coffee bean kit, the trees felt out of place, but there we go. So I'm just marking more interview support there on Friday. I can see on Thursday I've used those rain boots from White Deer Stationery. Oh, and I've used a mix of Sadie stickers and Miss Meow bows. They're kind of the bows that you can see them on the rain boots on Thursday. They just kind of for those kind of dainty flowy bows. I think Miss Meow is sold out now in her discontinuing sale, but you can get massive sheets, quarter-size sheets of those from Sadie Stickers, so fear not. If you can't get the ones from Miss Meow and you've had your eye on them for a while, you can definitely get them from Sadie Stickers. I've used, again, Crafts by Towie stickers. I've gone really heavy on the Crafts by Towie, really heavy by my standards for Crafts by Towie this week. I've used a voiceover sticker there. It might be like no, that's definitely a voiceover sticker. I was going to say maybe it's audio, but I think it's very clearly a voiceover sticker to mark recording my voiceover on Friday. And I think I'll just jump into, if I talk about the actual plans, because I've completely in my head lost the flow of what happened earlier in the week. So I sincerely apologise for that. But I'm just looking at my screen now. I am so obsessed with these colours. I think I said in my last plan with me, September has been a real sharp corner turn into it's really cold and rainy, so it's really, really suddenly autumn here, so I'm just loving that all of these colours are so autumnal. They're so earthy and so brown and pink, and I loved this kit. This felt like a really good transition kit. So on this day, we got Wingstop in the evening. That's right, that's what we did. We've been really lazy with food recently. And yeah, I've just not wanted to cook. I went through a good few weeks of wanting to make sure that I stuck to my diet, and we're just kind of clean. I'm not on any kind of specific diet, just eating clean. And I wanted to kind of make sure my husband eats well as well. So I've been cooking a lot for both of us. And I've just hit a wall of, I just need a break. I need simplicity. I need to just, I know it sounds ridiculous, but I need to just be able to eat bread in an evening and that be my dinner. So this week we've kind of catered for that. I'm just going to pick up my favourite cheese and onion Greg's pasties from Iceland. You can buy them frozen from there. I'm going to stick those in the freezer. I've bought myself a loaf of cheesy bread, or cheesy sourdough, I think it is. Bloomer, 3 cheese bloomer or something. I've bought myself some gluten-free tortilla chips and pre-made guacamole. I just want the simplest stuff. I have bought some salmon and things because I can just stick that in the air fryer. But yeah, we did go to Wingstop. We have been quite naughty recently with food. Anyway, Saturday and Sunday, or Saturday in particular, was quite a full day. So we drove all the way down to Ogmore for a really windy cliff walk. I wonder if I can include the footage from the rain, but it's in portrait mode, so maybe it won't work. I'll see if I can at the end, but it was torrential rain when we parked. It was the most intense downpour ever. You could see it coming in from the sea. So we waited for that to pass before we started walking, but it was so windy, and we've never walked windy along a cliff top, so it was quite unnerving. Here she comes. Good morning. You here to say hello to everyone again? Yeah, good morning, my little tippy tappy. Yes, then we came back. We grabbed a Starbucks on the way home, which was awesome. Obviously, it's delicious. I love, I have it maybe twice a year, and I love having a Frappuccino. I love the chai Frappuccinos and the pumpkin spice. So it's the perfect time of year for me to have those. So yeah, we did that. We met my parents and my sister there. We did that, and then we came home and met the kittens. I will include a photo of them at the end because, oh my goodness, they are the cutest things you've ever seen in your entire life. So that was really fun. We tried to do an introduction with Wendy, but it didn't go too well. So we'll try that again another time. Then I'm trying to think. I had to go to the dentist. That's right. I had a dentist appointment, and my hygienist. I have to go every 6 months, and they're down by where my parents live. So I had to go and do that. And then Sunday we had a really chill day. So I installed my new printer. I've been mentioning in a few different plan with me's that my printer is it's just done. It's just thrown in the towel on doing a good job. And it's completely our fault for trying to force a print cartridge in that didn't fit. It's amazing that it still worked after that, to be honest, but it did not work well. So my mum said I could have my Christmas present early, just so that I could keep printing kits at home and keep using kits at home. And that's been really, really handy. So I installed that on Sunday, and then I just played around with printing a few different things. I haven't used any of them yet. I was just kind of doing the trial warm-up, just print a bunch of stuff, basically. And I think I did print and cut one kit. But yeah, that's just so fun to play around with those. And then we played Call of Duty all afternoon, and then we watched 2012. We've been on a real disaster movie run recently, so we watched 2012. I only made it halfway through. It's a long film, and then we finished it on Monday. We watched 2012 and Poseidon on Monday. or second half of 2012, and it just auto-played Poseidon, and we love Poseidon, so we just immediately got sucked in. So yeah, that's how everything looked together. Sorry, this was kind of a mishmash of everything. I'm going to try and do this kind of slow look over everything at the end of every plan with me, because I think it's kind of quite helpful to see the little details if you're taking inspiration for anything yourself. I know that this has really helped me watching the other plan with me, to kind of pick up things that I want to have a go at and see if I can incorporate myself. So yeah, that's how everything looked together. I hope you enjoyed this plan with me. I will pop a couple of photos of those gorgeous kittens at the end of this plan with me. I won't include the video of the rain, because actually that's going to be really noisy, but yeah, I will see you in the next one.